What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and to close out the weekend, I figured we'd go in detail about the Valentines update coming to Black Ops 6 and Warzone. Definitely stay tuned. In the background, we got some nasty gameplay here over on Area 99 using some of the brand new weapons, including the PPSH. I mean, this weapon is disgusting when running it in Battle Royale or Resurgence. Easily the meta right now. As a reminder, we also have plenty of new article coverage going up on dkdynamite.com, including what are the top loadouts here within Black Ops 6 this season. The meta is likely going to shift a little bit as we get closer to the mid-season, but it's a nice change of pace, kind of moving away for the most part from the XM4 and the other weapons that dominated the meta for over a month. The Cypher 91 assault rifle is also pretty dirty, as you will see a couple of clips with. Now, as of last night, I did post a video talking about the February 6th update, which is actually pretty substantial as far as what new content is getting added into the game. That video is going to be linked down below, but a couple of days after that, we're going to be looking at some Valentine's Day updates, which I believe already kickstarted as of today, sort of at least. So as you can see with the following bundle that got added into the item shop, again, if bundles aren't your thing, totally get that, but it's in the news. We have the hard shell bundle for about 1,200 COD points. Keep in mind, this was an operator skin that leaked out quite some time ago, and it's in the game, officially at least, right? This is not a tracer bundle by any means, but you do get a blueprint for the PU-21, just a single blueprint, and you get a Valentine's themed emote, as well as a loading screen, a weapon sticker, and a double weapon XP token. I think it's a little early to be dropping some Valentine's Day cosmetics into the game. I figured they would have saved this one for closer to the 14th, but I suppose it doesn't hurt getting this out a little bit sooner than expected. Now, in recent years, we typically see like 1 to 3 Valentines or just holiday themed bundles added around the time the holiday is meant to take place. So I think with Black Ops 6 Season 2, it's no different, as we're about to get around 3 Valentine's themed bundles, or at least cosmetics that are really centered around the color red. But as we saw a little bit of promo of in the initial Season 2 blog post, we have the Forever Alone bundle, which is likely going to drop closer to the 14th. This will cost around 1,500 COD points, which you can check out an early preview of over on the detonated stockpile. You get the No Love Operator skin, which is pretty crazy. You also get a blueprint called Loveless for the SVD, and then on top of that, you get an emote called Anybody, and you have a sign getting held up saying I need a friend, and some other Valentine's or heartbroken themed cosmetics to round out that pack. Fairly inexpensive, obviously no tracers a part of the bundle, but you also have this other pack, which is fairly red themed, not really Valentine's focused, but I guess you can make the argument that it is, the Mission Redacted bundle. Now, this is a tracer pack for 1,800 COD points, featuring a nice new look there for Rossi, and you're also going to be getting 2 other blueprints with red tracers. There's also a smoke bomb emote and some other red themed cosmetics. Again, not really Valentine's or lovey-dovey by any means, but in case you guys are looking for more red themed cosmetics, this bundle's probably going to do it for you. But bundles aside, let's talk about some actual content here. So it looks like during the week of February 14th, we're going to be looking at a couple of different weapon unlocks. First off, the FAL Marksman Rifle. Yes, the classic Marksman Rifle from the original Black Ops is back in the form of the TR2, and the TR2 is going to be unlocked as a mastery reward as a part of the Shadow Hunt Challenge event. I'll make a separate video talking more about this event relatively soon as we get closer to the actual start date, which is February the 13th, but the TR2 is bound to be a heavy hitter and, of course, a semi-automatic rifle as we'd come to expect, but gameplay already surfaced of how fast this thing could fire. I'll put some footage on screen so you guys can see. The usual data miners already force-loaded quite a number of rewards into their games early, and the FAL, or the TR2, is actually the final ranged weapon as a part of Season 2. There's other DLC weapons planned for Reloaded, but they're seemingly all melee weapons that are probably tied to the TMNT crossover, which is all but confirmed at this point. I know some leakers out there have also reiterated that that event is going to be happening. But there's also some tracer blueprints for the TR2, which will end up dropping probably closer to the middle or end of the month, probably even right before the Shadow Hunt event begins, because something we've seen pretty often is as a new DLC weapon gets released through an event, there'll be a bundle that drops right alongside that, in the case somebody just wants to buy a bundle flat out and have a tracer blueprint instead of working towards the event to get the base version. The people out there are probably going to have that option. But it looks like closer to February 9th, which is Super Bowl Sunday, there will likely also be a little update that goes live in Black Ops 6. You'll probably see some free packs released for double XP tokens. Black Ops 6 unfortunately hasn't really released any free bundles in quite some time. There's of course that new blueprint you can earn by watching Major 1 today. Depending on when you're watching this video, video, that might have already concluded since the time zones are different in Madrid, Spain. So there's that free blueprint, and one of the few free blueprints you can get for BO6, which is available now to equip. But there's a big game day pack releasing featuring new skins for Klaus and the Warden. Unfortunately, these aren't free unlocks, but are the only variant outfits for these characters if you didn't buy the Vault Edition. And the cool thing is, if you still didn't buy the Vault Edition, these will be the only ways you can play as Klaus and Brutus within Black Ops 6 and Warzone. So would certainly expect this pack to end up coming out either right before game day, or shockingly could be right after the Super Bowl, which wouldn't really make sense. But we have seen before where certain holiday or theme bundles end up coming out after the actual celebration itself. It's happened before, could always happen again. Now, as a part of that Shadow Hunt event, we're also going to be looking at a new attachment for the Tanto, the binary trigger, which sounds pretty rough on paper. It turns it into a bit of a burst weapon. Not sure how that's going to work out. I mean, the Tanto is already a solid and viable choice in just about any game mode, so maybe it'll make it even better, or just give it a nice alternative firing mode that is still just as good as fully auto. So far, I think Black Ops 6 is off to a great start with these attachment mods or conversion kits, where just about every attachment they've added has been top notch. I mean, I don't really feel too hot about the crossbow attachment that's in the battle pass. I talked about that in yesterday's video. That one isn't all that useful, and a bunch of comments in that video also mentioned that it's really not great in zombies either, even after Pack-a-Punch. So that might be one of the first misses when it comes to attachment mods here inside of BO6. But it looks like there isn't an actual dedicated challenge event for Valentine's Day as we've seen in recent years. The Shadow Hunt event kind of takes that place, which is fair enough. And Shadow Hunt is also the first traditional challenge event that Black Ops 6 has received, where there's different challenges you can complete in any game mode of your choice. And then, of course, once you go through all those tiles, you'll get the Mastery Award, which in this case is going to be an Operator skin. But there are some dedicated playlists that are going to release for Valentine's Day. We have Third Wheel Gunfight, consisting of 3v3 gameplay, so 6 players instead of the usual 4. We haven't really seen 3v3 face-off in Black Ops 6 yet, so that's going to be coming a gunfight. The thing is, I would really hope to see gunfight tournaments added maybe in Season 3. I mean, they didn't come for a while in Cold War, so maybe they are still on the list of priorities somewhere over at Treyarch. It'd be cool to see some competitive brackets where you can go through a couple of matches of gunfight, and then by the very end, earn a blueprint for having won every match in that bracket. Maybe this gunfight variant for Valentine's Day is going to get us closer to seeing some type of tournament system. That would be phenomenal, but either way, we did see 3v3 gunfight in a couple of previous Call of Duties. It's cool to see it come back, but we're also going to be looking at Couples Dance-Off, which is quite simply just 2v2 face-off on a variety of modes. Nothing too crazy, but still something funny to play along with the fact that it will be Valentine's Day. I know Modern Warfare 19 also had some of the funniest playlist name changes during, I think, Valentine's Day 2020 or something, so it's cool to see them play around with the actual holiday. Now, something that's unannounced but could be a surprise closer to Valentine's Day is the possibility of seeing Kiss confirmed as we got back in Cold War. All this was a bit of a reskin to the dog tags you see around the map. They would instead be these chocolate hearts that you'd pick up, or just heart drops in general, and that would just replace the dog tags for the day. Maybe they'll bring that back. If not, not too big of a deal since we still have the other playlist there for Face Off. But if you're wondering if anything is coming to Warzone or Zombies for Valentine's Day, I'm afraid nothing's been announced as of yet. Maybe they'll do something for Warzone, although the playlist updates for Battle Royale and Resurgence seem pretty stagnant until February the 20th, which is when Reloaded is supposed to be. Nothing's really going on. Unfortunately, Area 99 got locked to quads, and you still have every squad size option for Rebirth, but nothing out there has really changed. Weirdly enough, Lockdown for Urzikstan got confirmed at COD Next to be a mid-season 1 update, and that never came. That would be the ideal mode for Warzone camel grinding, by the way. I think arguably better than Plunder. Hopefully they'll add that at some point before the end of Season 2, or they might just save that for Verdansk or something with Season 3. Now, something Black Ops 3 Zombies did many years ago, which we've never seen return, is some type of mini celebration on Valentine's Day where you see floating hearts instead of blood anytime you take out a zombie. Maybe they'll do that again for fun at some point, but I really wouldn't hold my breath about that. Now, with the Valentine's Day update will also come, seemingly at least, some marketing for Season 2 Reloaded. If the launch date is February 20th for that content drop, then you could probably expect a roadmap and blog post around the 12th or 13th. Then again, I doubt they would go ahead and market a mid-season drop on the day an event starts. Modern Warfare 3 did this a couple of times, which effectively killed any hype or momentum or even attention for an event that might have started on the day there was a big blog post or something. Maybe Black Ops 6 won't do that, and oftentimes we've seen marketing for Reloaded on Monday, a good 2-3 days before the start of that content drop. So so they can always wait until maybe the 17th or 18th, right, the week of Reloaded, to actually drop some marketing for it. And we're obviously looking at a bit of a different schedule for seasons and mid-seasons here in BO6. We were accustomed to just having Wednesdays be the dedicated day where you'd get a new season. Black Ops 6 seasons have started on Tuesdays. Now we got Reloaded there on the Thursday. So I think marketing has certainly been shook up for how they want to promote new DLC. But there might even be a free trial during the week of either Valentine's Day or closer to Reloaded. We saw a free trial for Black Ops 6 Season 1 about a week after Reloaded began. So it could either be maybe the final week of February or sometime before it. We'll likely see another free trial available for all platforms. But the last thing I'll end with is that although we're not going to be seeing a dedicated Valentine's Day challenge event, we are going to be seeing a St. Patrick's Day challenge event at some point in March. Now, when you look at a calendar, St. Patrick's Day is going to be around February. Now, if you look at a calendar, we have the 17th of March, which is a Monday, where St. Patrick's Day kicks off. So it's possible they end up dropping an event maybe a week before St. Patty's Day. I doubt they'll do it the week of, considering the 20th of March is currently the rumored release date for Season 3. So they'll probably do a St. Patty's event much before the actual holiday itself, so that they also make room for some uninterrupted marketing for our third season, which is likely to bring Verdansk back into Warzone. But the Clover Craze event is going to require us to collect 4-leaf clovers from some of the bodies we see in multiplayer Warzone and Zombies, in which we're then going to go ahead and burn through milestones to unlock various rewards for having done so. Now, we'll talk more about that event as we get closer to the start date. I'm sure rewards and a big gameplay showcase will end up leaking out a little bit early, but that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on everything we know so far about the Valentine's Day update for Black Ops 6 and Warzone? What are you looking forward to the most? Leave all your thoughts down below. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.